Thomas here with Much Props. Going to give you another how-to video. Today, it's going to get weird. If you remember a while back, made a spray can into like a monster. I really liked that whole process of taking an everyday object and putting a weird spin on it. I love watching Rick and Morty. My little brother, who's a Twitch streamer, shout out Tyler, Absurd and Aloof, he has been playing Binding of Isaac, which is one of his favorite games. So I thought I would get inspired by that kind of whole aesthetic and make something super creepy. And for some reason, Chuck Taylor's came to mind, of all things. So that's what I'm going to do today. There will be a free template down in the description below. I have a ginormous foot, so this shoe size is probably a little bit bigger than my actual one. I think this would technically be like a size 16 or so. So it's pretty big. So today we're going to build a monster Converse All-Star, as I'm going to deem it, the Monster All-Scar. Let's get to building. Like a lot of my builds, I started out by drawing a pattern of the prop by hand. Free templates are always in the description of the videos if you see me using them in it. Trace the cutout pattern onto your material of choice. I use 10mm and 6mm EVA for most of this build, and then some 2mm for detailing. I'm going to state that it is a sculpture and not a wearable shoe. Don't think that it would hold up to the wear and tear of an actual piece of footwear, so we're saying it's a sculpture. The sole is made up of 3 pieces of 10mm EVA stacked on top of each other. The top stack is just a little smaller, that's kind of where the red line is on the template, and will help give support to the sides here in a second. I use contact cement to join all my parts, lay down a layer, give it a few minutes to set up, and then tack the parts together. The toe pieces need to be heat formed in order to wrap around the tip, so I warm it up with my heat gun and shape it by hand. Then I super glue it into place. The tongue of my monster gets rounded over on the edges and a little channel carved into the center using a stone bit on my rotary tool. I wanted to keep the shape less rounded like a real tongue and more shaped like a Converse shoe tongue. To give my tongue more detail, I put a smaller carving stone bit on my rotary tool and carved out a texture to simulate taste buds. I realize the size is a bit exaggerated for a taste bud, but it's monster chew, so it's already a little off. For assembly, I attach the tongue under the toe and weigh it down into place. I attach the sides together, then tack them to the sole. I might buy a pair of cheap Chuck Taylors and customize them. If that's something that y'all would like to see me do, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I could do a steampunked or do a special paint job, post-apocalyptic, I don't know. Some ideas came to me while making this build. The joining of the parts doesn't have to be perfect because Converse have these classic bandings that hide the seam lines on their actual shoes. I just cut out some strips of 2mm EVA foam about 1 1/4 inches wide and glued it over. Then I glued a second layer slightly smaller over it to give that stair-stepped effect on the trim work. And then the orange textured foam you see up here at the top, I put just over the toe area like the actual shoe has. I believe I got this at like a dollar store. My ankle patch is going to be the eye of my monster, so I carved a slope onto the edge of the 10mm piece of EVA foam and glued it into place. To make my teeth for the monster, I used some of the scrap from cutting out the sole earlier. The teeth are not templated out, but here is how I made them. I cut this 10mm EVA into small rectangles, rounded over the edges, and then gouged my rotary tool into different areas to create cracks, lines, and gnarls that make a gross looking tooth. To add some gum lines, wrinkles, boils, and more disgustingness to my shoe, I'm going to use some clay foam known as FOMO from Cosplay Apprentice. To make it more pliable, I add a little bit of water to it and work it in. Then I wet the surface of the area I want to stick it to so that it grabs hold. Then it's just a matter of sculpting in the details. It takes roughly 1 or 2 days to dry, depending on how thick your layers are. I probably could have cut some recesses out and done some angle cuts to build up the treads on the bottom of the shoe, but I figured I could just as easily burn in the details. So with a respirator on my face and my window vent cranked up high, I burned out the shape with my wood burner. Make sure to wear protective gear. You don't want to breathe in the fumes that come from melting foam. Two coats of Plasti Dip to seal it. Now onto the paint job. I'm using some Planifex acrylic paint to lay down some gross skin texture. I started by dry brushing on an off-white to all of the surfaces. I could have just used a gray or a white Plasti Dip, but I buy black in bulk and typically I have bubble issues with the white, so you deal with what you got. So like I said in the intro, I've been watching my younger brother play Binding of Isaac a lot recently, so my paint scheme is going to be a bit cartoonish and grotesque at the same time. I add splotches of pink, red, and off-white onto a sponge, then dab it around the skin surfaces. Then I touch up all the non-flesh areas with base colors and off-white and red and whatever other areas there are. I draw some veins on with a paintbrush before I do a wash to dirty it up. Once I have these drawn on, I seal everything with a clear coat because I'm planning on using something a little different to weather this particular prop with. To mimic the actual shoe, I super glue on some metallic eyelets for my shoelace holes and then the two vents down there at the bottom.
thought it would be a bit ironic and funny to use shoe polish to weather my shoe monster. Why not? Much like acrylic paint, these shoe polishes can be dabbed on, left to set for a few minutes, and then wiped off the excess. It gives a little different texture when you're wiping it off, depending on how long you let it sit, and you can even buff it out. I laid down a couple layers to get the desired gradient that I want. It works exceptionally well with those gnarly teeth and to bring out that gross texture on my tongue. To close my shoe, I dirty up a shoelace with some more of that shoe polish and a little bit of water, then simply lace it up like you would a normal shoe. For an extra fun little detail, I thought I would use staples to make it look like the creature is held together on its sole with them, kind of a Frankenstein's monster stitched together type vibe. They're actually metal staples. Because the foam is soft, I just push them through and they hold in their position.
And we are finished. Here is the end result. I told you it was going to get weird. I really like how the eye turned out, turning the Converse symbol, the little patch on the side, into his eye, and then just going to town making it dirty. I thought it was also fitting that I use shoe polish as the weathering here, so from time to time I use just regular, kiwi shoe polish. I got brown and black, and it does a really good job. You let it sit for just a few seconds, and it'll wipe off in spots. So, yeah. Maybe you'll try and make one of these monster shoes yourselves and impress your friends with their ability to turn something super creepy and potentially haunt their nightmares forever. My bad. Maybe you'll get some...
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these, tell them, much props. I haven't fed him recently, so he has been kind of growling and getting a little hungry, so I thought maybe he could just have a little nibble, you know.
Thanks so much to my Patreon members for their continued support here on the channel. If you enjoy what I do, please consider joining them to help me make a bigger, better, more creative community.